Is the title race over? Manchester City were leading 2-0 against Tottenham today, and it looked like they were cruising to victory. It looked like they were going to close the gap on Arsenal to just 4 points. But somehow, in the second half, it was a hall of shame performance from them. And somehow they managed to bottle the lead. And not just bottle the lead, but potentially bottle the whole title race. Man City are in shambles right now, and this is the worst title chasing Manchester City I've seen in a long, long time. Last season they were not even in the title race at all, but this season they're the only team that seem to be close enough, and maybe Aston Villa, to catching Arsenal. And Arsenal are not letting go of points anytime soon. But Man City have to be winning games if they want to stand a chance of getting to the title, and they are not doing that. Tottenham as well, amazing second half. Dominic Solanke, praise to you, sir. That second goal was absolutely perfect and magnificent, and we have to talk about that. I will get into that as well. But honestly, this title race is not looking good for Manchester City. But first, let's talk about what this result means for them. 2-2 against Tottenham away, and it just seems like Man City really struggle to beat Tottenham anytime. They are constantly dropping points to them, especially when there's a title race for some reason. So now with this draw, from a 2-0 win, they were 4 points behind Arsenal, and now with this draw that came from nowhere, compared to how they started the first half, now they have a 6-point gap between them and Arsenal. And Arsenal, the way Arsenal are playing this season, literally yesterday they won 4-0. That is a team that wants to win this league. They will put goals past you and they will defend so well. They are physically strong. They have a proper squad. And I have to acknowledge that Man City, yes, they're struggling with their defense, but honestly, you cannot just completely crash in the second half of a game when you're trying to chase a league title. So this 6-point gap, with 14 games to go, and the form Arsenal are in, the squad Arsenal have, the form Man City are in, and the squad Man City have, and also comparing the games they have, because next up for Man City is a game against Liverpool at Anfield. Yes, Liverpool have not been fantastic this season, but that's always a game that's going to be tricky, whether or not Liverpool are playing well or not. The same Liverpool that are struggling this season have managed to beat Arsenal and also draw against Arsenal this season. So you can't say for a fact that you're going to beat Liverpool at Anfield. I don't want it to happen. I'm a Liverpool fan. Yes, I want Arsenal to not win the league, but I would not want to see my team lose to Man City at home. I want us to even beat Man City at home. So I think that's going to be a really tough game for them. But more importantly, it's the form that Man City are in. It is very bad. In the last 6 games, I think they've won only 2. That's not good for a team that's trying to win a league title. In the Premier League, even worse, it is 1 win from 5. They have struggled. Haaland isn't scoring as many goals. They just seem like they're not ready. They're not good enough to actually get the results they want. In fact, the 1 win they've had is against the bottom side Wolves this year, this 2026, from all I understand. 1 win in like the last 5, and it came to Wolves, who are last on the table, who have 8 points from like 24 games. It's a game you expect to see them win, and the fact that that's the only game they've won in the past few, it just shows that they're not even in the right form. There's no confidence right now to actually push for a title. So I do think that this might be the result that makes this title look like it's going to the Emirates. But also, we look at how they completely lost it after the first half. The first half, they were cruising. Cherki scored, Semenyo scored another goal. Semenyo has been firing on all cylinders for City since he joined. And it looked like they were going to cruise to another victory, 2-0 at the first half. And we know how bad Tottenham have been this season. In fact, they were boos at the end of the first half. But somehow, Man City came into the second half and looked like a shadow of themselves. They did not play as well. They hardly created any chances, if they did at all. And Tottenham looked like they wanted it more. In fact, they could have won. And in the 9 minutes they added at the end of the game, it did not even look like Man City were going to score any goals at all. So you have to say that the way Man City are playing, it's very difficult for me to see a world in which they're going to actually challenge Arsenal for this league title. But we have to also give credit to Tottenham Hotspur, especially Dominic Solanke. What a goal that was. I mean, he was involved in the first one. From what I see, they gave the goal to him, but I think that was an own goal. But it's what it is. A goal is a goal, and that's the most important thing for them. And he put them right back in the game. But more importantly, the second goal, goodness gracious, another scorpion kick to add to the Premier League books. And this one was absolutely beautiful. Donnarumma tried everything he could but could not get to it. He touched it but he couldn't prevent it from going out. And honestly, like looking at how that cross came in, it was just like a last ditch effort to just try and get that ball in. And Solanke with that beautiful deft touch going right into the corner of the net. That is one of the best goals he's ever going to score in his life. Probably the best goal he's ever going to score in his life. And in fact, we could say that that's a goal of the season contender. There are many goals that have been really good this season, but you can't really look at that and say, oh, maybe he shouldn't win it. Like a scorpion kick is one of the best kind of goals you can ever score in your career. Ask Olivier Giroud about that. Ask also Mkhitaryan, whose one was also offside. But it is what it is. A goal is a goal. If they count it, they count it. But this one was beautiful. And in the year of our Lord 2026, who is ever going to complain about seeing a scorpion kick? And if you're a Tottenham fan, what a way to get back into this game. So the problem after this is that City were not able to respond. They just did not look like they were going to create any proper chances after this goal. And it was like, I don't think they realized, it almost looked like they were not sure if they were still challenging for the title because they needed to get an extra goal. And I was looking at it at some point in the second half. I don't know about the end of the second half, but they had 0 attempts in like maybe 40 minutes or the first 30 minutes of the second half. 0 attempts. And even one of those ones that they had towards the end of the game where they were scrambling and went over the bar. So City really, really, really disappointing because that second half was abysmal. And for people who are challenging for the title, that is just not good enough. But now, let's look at what this does for the title race. Aston Villa dropped points today. They lost to 10-man Brentford. I mean, a lot of people know that Emery will most likely disappoint you, but you have to say that Aston Villa have been playing really well this season and they're probably achieving more than you thought they would, but they're still now third. And dropping points today means that Manchester United winning today makes them get closer. So the problem now is that there is a closer distance between Manchester United and Aston Villa and Arsenal. Manchester United are even closer. So right now it's a fight to stay relevant or try to see if they can still fight for the title because they're now 7 points behind Arsenal. And I don't think with the way Aston Villa are playing this season, they're not consistent enough to go and get a title race or try to challenge for the title. But more importantly, Man City look like the only team that we're going to be sure to give Arsenal a title race because that's what they always do. Man City would typically give you a title race in every season that they're going to play in, except the one against Liverpool in 2020 and last season as well. It seems like every time Liverpool win the league, Man City are just nowhere to be found. But this time, they've been close. They've been second for quite a while, but they are not doing well enough. And I think this might just be the last straw because I know it's still a long time to go. 14 matches can be a long time. But once again, Man City play Liverpool in the next game, and that's not going to be an easy task. It's not going to be an easy fixture. So what's the road ahead? Liverpool away next week Sunday. Can they actually get a win? I don't want them to get a win because I don't want to see my team losing at home. But it's just looking like Arsenal will run away with this one because Arsenal, with the squad they have, with the way they're playing, with the confidence they have, with the physicality, the football itself, nobody has been better than them. And if you are a Man City fan and you still want to win this league, the simple truth is you're going to hope for Arsenal to have bad days because Arsenal are struggling to have bad days. It's not going to be by somebody else playing very, very good because Arsenal are the best team in the league right now. So you have to hope that Arsenal start to slip up. And with the way things are going, you're not even putting pressure on Arsenal anymore. So I don't see a world in which Arsenal are going to slip, except they have a terrible injury crisis, which they have had one before, and they still manage to win games and find a way to still stay on top of the table and stay relevant. So, guys, I hate to say it, especially as a Liverpool fan, I really don't have any problem with Arsenal. The only problem I have is with the fans and how they speak sometimes, and I just cannot get over how loud they can be, but they deserve it. That's just it. Football is played on the field and not with your mouth. And if you win on the field and if you're points ahead, you deserve a title. And if they win the title, whether you like it to say that they're boring, they say that, oh, they don't play good football, they're anti-football, haram ball, this one, that one. Brother, it doesn't matter. You just need to win games. And if it's going to be a boring win and it takes you to the title, they don't care. It's their first title in 22 years. Nobody cares how they did it. What's important is them doing it. So Man City, you have a lot to fix, and the only way I think there's even any chance is if you can beat Liverpool at Anfield next week, which I think will be a very difficult task for them to do. Arsenal are not slowing down, and I think this might be their time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think is wrong with City right now? What's different from the other seasons? Do you think Arsenal can make sure that they get it over the line this time? You know, it's been 3 years coming second, and they're first and they're in pole position, and it looks like they're ready to get this title this time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.